Okay.
Okay, and we're recording. So it was a really good webinar about attraction marketing. And it's something that I've been Google searching and kind of researching since this webinar, because it was really, really interesting to me how they've talked about how attraction marketing has been around for a very long time. And that, you know, how people have been using it with it works has been really successful. So it's kind of like that you hear about you want to pull them towards you, not push them away from you. So when you're posting on Facebook, I have a couple of tips that I use, and then also that Denise Walsh and her team gave us that was like gold. It was super exciting, and I've been using it, and I feel like I'm not so redundant on Facebook. I'm not having to post the same thing, because you know how after a while you post the same thing over and over and over again, and you're just post like
you just kind of mix it up, but it ends up being about the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm posting the same thing like over and over and over again. And you just want to, you want your Facebook page to be like your personal blog. Like you think of it that way. Think of it as like an update, you know, like a blog website. When people have blogs, they go on and blog about their life and what's going on. And you kind of want your Facebook to be your personal blog. People can go and scroll down and check everything and not be like, wow, it's another It Works picture, or wow, it's another advertisement. You know, you want them to be like engaged in your life.
Yeah. So explain who Denise Walsh is for those who don't know who she is.
So Denise Walsh she's a black diamond. She just is our newest black diamond. She's been in the company for I think 8 years, maybe 8 or 9 years. She's under Cami Dempsey. Her background is in psychology or psychology. I think she was a therapist for a long time. She went to school and then kind of found out very quickly that her dream was more like more paperwork than anything else. And so she joined the company with around the same time that Cami Dempsey did, I believe. But she is a black diamond, and she's really, really awesome. She's got a lot of good informational tips. And so I really like her information. I think she's probably more of like a greenish red personality, because she's like a green because she has a lot of information to give you. I love that she did this webinar. So posting on Facebook, it can get kind of tricky, but if you don't overcomplicate things, I feel like ever since I started, I've just posted kind of whatever I was feeling on Facebook. So when you're posting on Facebook, just be you. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you guys, is to be you. You know, you're not going to post like I'm going to post, or Mark or anyone else is going to post. You need to be you, because people are going to be buying you, and they want to see that, okay, Rachel's doing this crazy rap thing, but she's still kind of keeping her normal personality with it. You know, I'm not changing. I'm not going back and I don't know. I'm being real. I'm being real. I'm funny. I say weird things, and that's just how I roll. Like, I just say things, my posts, and you know, that's why sometimes when people try to copy my posts, it's not always the same. So because their personality is not like so be you on Facebook. Be yourself. Post how you would normally post anyways. But this attraction marketing. So I'm going to go over that first, because that was really cool how they talked about attraction marketing. So you want to attract people to you. You don't want to be pushing them away. You want them to attract. So they've said things like, you know, you have a lot of posts of the greens where, you know, you have your bottle of greens, your water bottle, and your greens. You're like, okay, greens, and you give them all the facts of greens have 8 servings of fruits and vegetables, and they give you 38 superfoods, and they're going to boost your immune system. And you kind of list down all the things that the greens are going to do for them, which is great because then they're getting that information. But attraction marketing is more like a post that I did earlier today was, I can't believe how awesome I feel taking my greens every day. And just leave it at that. And you want to make them curious. You want to make them be like, well, what is she drinking that's making her feel so amazing every day? So if you're rapping, you can be like, I am in love with how this rap makes me feel. Just something super simple. I love the way the rap feels when it's on. When it's on, I know that it's working. And take a picture of you rapping with the rap on, or whatever product you can think of that would be, you know, ThermoFit. I love the energy that I'm feeling. I've never felt this much energy before, you know, and have a bottle of you taking with you and your ThermoFit, or you can even take a picture of a ThermoFit, but just say, instead of saying the ThermoFit and reading off all the things that the ThermoFit does, just saying the ThermoFit, not even mentioning, they say don't even mention the product name. Don't even mention what you're using. Don't even mention what you're taking. Just say, I have never felt so good before. Like, I know that the ThermoFit, when I was taking it before I got pregnant, it was awesome for my energy levels. Like, I legit felt so much energy, and it wasn't like the shaky, jittery, like weird energy. Like, it was like good energy, and I got really excited. And it's just like you'd be talking to a friend, like, oh my gosh, Marva, I cannot believe this energy that I'm feeling taking this new supplement. It's so awesome. And she's going to be like, well, what are you taking? Like, what is it? I want to know what it is. So attraction marketing is attracting them to you, making them curious. Not just, same with our messages. When you message someone who's interested, we don't teach you to go out and give them all the information, because that's just overwhelming. You answer questions that's being asked for. Same with posting on Facebook. Attraction marketing is not just sending out all the facts and info that they can read. You can just say, I have never felt so much energy before. I love this. Or my migraines are completely gone. I love taking migraines, or I love, you know, what this is doing for me. And try not to even mention the product or the you know, the company that you're using. Just saying, I have never had this much energy before. It's so awesome. And I really like that. And so I've been using that one too, because I feel like that's so simple. I can just post like a one sentence post on Facebook. And that's, you know, you're attracting them to you, and you're making them excited. And you're making them want to know what you're doing. You want them to be like, what is she doing? What is she taking that's giving her so much energy? So attraction marketing is just that. They have 3 bullet points here that I want to go over. So learn something, teach something new. So whether that's about a product, or just even like I've been Google searching different ingredients in our products. So I posted yesterday about it was like milk seed or something. It was in the greens. I just like went through my box of my ingredients on the greens and found an ingredient that looks interesting, and I Google searched it. And I found there's like a little article about it, how amazing. It was like milk thistle seed. So I researched, I just Google searched milk thistle seed. Like, what are the benefits of milk thistle seed? And there was a medical blog post about it, about how amazing it is for your colon and your liver, and how it's good for, you know, your body. And I just took that article and posted about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Milk thistle seed, who knew how amazing it was? Oh, P.S. did you know it's in our greens? And so, you know, you can teach something new about the product, and so maybe find a product ingredient and, you know, post about that and say, gosh, did you know that this was actually in our greens? Did you know that our wrap has essential oils in it? Did you know that it's botanically based? And find a botanical product or plant that's in our wrap and post about it, and teach them something, and give them some information. Be like, hey, you know, whatever it is, milk thistle seed is in our greens. Did you know that? And how amazing that science has proven that milk thistle seed is so good for this, and this. So, you know, because we tell them, you know, we can read off our memorization of 8 servings of fruits and vegetables in the greens, 38 superfoods, boosts your immune system, helps detoxes you. Like, we all know that. But when you give them some more information, like, this is what's in our greens, like, this is a product that's in our greens, and this is why it's so amazing. Like, this is why people are having such good, you know, results from it, is because this product or this plant is in our greens. So teach something new, and study stuff. So study like a product, like I talked about, and then share it. And then, you know, make a suggestion and guide them to it, and help them when they ask you questions about it. So that's attraction marketing. There's a ton of information online about it. But I've been using that, and I thought it's been super fun to find different ingredients. And I feel like I'm switching up my posts a little bit that way. I'm not being so redundant about, these are my greens, these are how I drink them, this is a picture of me drinking them, 38 superfoods, and I'm done. I feel like I can post a picture of me drinking my greens and say, hey, by the way, did you know that this product is in my greens? Or I can take a picture of me wrapping, or the stretch mark cream or something, and say, hey, did you know that we actually have essential oils in most of our products, and these are what's in them, and this is why it's so amazing. because giving some people some facts, some stuff to read, maybe will help them make their decision to jump on board and order from you. Okay, so that's attraction marketing. That was cool. They go into more of that in the webinar, but also, trying to find where I want to go next. When you're posting on Facebook, people always want to know what you're doing in your life, right? So they want to know like what you're doing, what you're up to. So we all know about the 3-3 rule, making sure that you're posting 3 product posts and 3 lifestyle posts a day. But just post about where you're going, what you're doing. It's really easy to focus on like right now, like, oh, I'm an executive. I just joined. I'm not making any money in the company. Like that's how it was for me when I first started. I'm like, I don't know if I can post about the business because I was an executive. You know, my husband thankfully had a job that was allowed me to stay home with my girls. And so needing that money to stay home wasn't a big thing for me. And so I was trying to find, you know, my like business post idea. But you could just always talk about where you're going and what your goals are and what you want to achieve. You know, whether it's financial or spiritual or mental or emotional, like whatever it is, like for me, I kind of found out that, look, I'm growing in this company. I don't want to stop growing. I don't want to stop learning. I'm growing as a leader. I'm meeting new friends. Like that's what I'm so excited about. And that's what I would talk about. So talk about where you're going. What's your goal? Do you want to be Ruby? Then I'm going Ruby. I will be Ruby. I can't wait to be Ruby. I can't wait to, you know, spend my Ruby checks on this, and talk about where you're going, what you're doing, what your goals are, instead of just kind of focusing on, well, I'm just an executive and my paycheck was $60. Like, how do I post about that? Or, you know, so always have your mindset where you want to be and what your goal is going to be. So for me right now, my goal is to be double diamond. So my mindset is always in double diamond mode. I'm going double diamond. This is what I'm going to do when I go double diamond. This is what I'm going to, you know, spend my paycheck on. This is what I'm going to pay off. This is how I imagine my life being as a double diamond, you know. So always talk about where you're going, what you're learning. If you guys are new into the company within the last 6 months, talk about what you're learning. Talk about how exciting it is that you get to learn about these amazing health and wellness products that you maybe never would have been introduced to before. Talk about the friends that you're making. Talk about what your team is doing. Even if you don't have a team, talk about your upline and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited we get to do these Zoom hangouts every Tuesday, or, you know, we get to do these Zoom trainings on Saturday nights and I get to get together with my team. It's so much fun. Because that might attract different people. That might attract people that are looking for friendships and fun. So talk about where you're going, what you're doing, what product you want to try. That's a really fun one to post about. You guys don't have to try every single product in the product line to post about it. You can say, I cannot wait to try this product. I've heard it's amazing. It's doing great things for people. I'm so excited to try it. Like, I can't wait to try this. I'm putting this on my auto ship next month. You know, I did that with the stretch mark cream. I had no real reason to use it until I got pregnant. And I got pregnant in, October. And I'm like, I'm ordering the stretch mark cream and I'm so excited to try it, you know, and talk about it and post about what you want to try next and why you want to try it and why you're so excited about it.
Hey, Rach.
Yeah.
Going back to like when you're talk about where you're going, I feel like honestly and truly, I didn't even have this kind of training before when I first started, but I think I already, like, after I hit Ruby, that's kind of what I started telling people when I was at appointments and parties and stuff. We would sit, me and Lacey would be like, we are totally getting this bonus. Like, we're going to be diamonds. And we were like barely Ruby, you know, but we were like, we're going to be a diamond, and we're taking anybody with us that wants to come. And if you're like, this is so fun. And we tried to appeal to that, and just like Ashley Olive used to say, like, or even Ashley Sinclair, when she'd say, I'm going to be a millionaire. Like, you going to come with me? Like, even though you're not even there yet, I think people still can believe and can be attracted to your belief in whatever it is that you're doing. So that's what I think is awesome, is don't let where you're standing right now paralyze you to the point where you're not projecting that you're going to move forward. So why would anybody join you if they can't even see that you're, you know, that you believe that you're going to go anywhere? So I think that's good that you pointed that out.
I agree. I feel like people, they're going to believe you if you say it. So if you believe it, if you believe you're going to go diamond, then they're going to believe it. You know, they're like, whoa, she's actually like, she's going to do this. Like, but if you say, well, I'm executive and I'm going to try to hit Ruby this month, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to make it. And, you know, it's kind of hard. I haven't really had a lot of success talking to people. Like, that's not going to get you people to join your team, because that's their fear too.
Yep.
Their fear is that they're not going to find people, and their fear is that they're not going to do very well. But if you are here, and even if you guys hear all the time the faking it, the fake confidence, I did that all the time. I had no idea what the crap I was talking about most of the time, but I just faked it. I just faked that I knew what I was doing, and if I had a question, I would call Marva or text her and be like, hey, by the way, what is this question? What is this answer? So faking it, just say, I'm going Ruby. I will be Ruby, because it's not only testifying it to yourself and your brain that you're going to do it, but it's sending that energy out into the universe and out to whoever you're talking to, and they will feel that. I promise you, they will feel it. If you are just like, I'm going Ruby, I'm doing it, I'm going to go Ruby, I'm going diamond, and this is why, and this is where I'm going, they're going to believe it if you believe it. And if you are saying it with, sound conviction, even if you're faking it, they're going to believe you, and they're going to want to jump on board with you. But if you are hesitant and maybe a little bit nervous, which I think I was like, well, I'm not really making a lot of money with this, but you can come on and jump in and hang out with me. Like, that just didn't appeal to people. So I had to kind of find my fake confidence and say, I'm going Ruby, I'm going diamond, and I remember in January of 2014, I wish I could find the picture, but I posted a picture. Me and Emma did this little photo shoot, because they had just come out, every year they kind of come out with something to help us, push us and motivate us besides the bonuses. And that year was the hashtag I am. I don't know if do you remember that one?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I don't know if I'm able to find it, but I'll try to see if I can find it. But I remember posting a picture of me and Emma in my old house. We did pictures in the mirror, and I did the hashtag I am diamond. And I said, $2,000 a month. I put that on there. I put that out there, and I put it it was just something that I did. I didn't even think that I really could do it at that point. I don't know if I believed that I could go diamond, but it was just the fact that I was putting it out there. I will be diamond. I'm going diamond. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll screen share it with you guys. Screen share. Where is that button? Oh, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So here is my picture. Can you guys see this one right here? So that's I am diamond in 2014. And I just posted that and okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is where I'm going to go. I'm going to help half my debt.
Hold on. All I see is the fight graphic. Is that, there's something else I'm missing?
No, I don't know why it doesn't want to show you.
Does anybody else see it?
I'll see this picture. Let me try it again. It wants to do it out of somewhere else. Let me see if I can find it again. Share my screen. Okay. Okay. Anyone see that one?
Yep, there it is.
Okay. Can you guys see that picture?
Yep. I remember that picture.
You remember that one, Marva?
I do remember that.
I was on the floor in my old room, and I was just I had been in the company since August, so maybe 5 months. And just posted, I am diamond in 2014, and took a picture and put it out there. And I think I did one with Emma too. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know if I can find my Emma picture. Me and Emma did one too. But anyway, so I just posted out there, and I put it out there that was what I was doing. I was going diamond. Even though I didn't really know what I was doing or how I was going to do it, I put it out there. I'm I'm going diamond. I'm going to be diamond. So I would highly recommend you guys doing that as a Facebook post and putting it as your profile picture. I've done that a couple of times, and it almost makes it real because it holds you accountable as well. It's, you taking a picture of yourself and putting what your goal is. I am diamond. I'm going ruby, whatever your rank is that you're going after. Take a picture of yourself. Take a selfie. Find a good one that you like, because for me it takes 40 selfies to get a good one. But take a selfie that you like and put, I am going Ruby. I will be Ruby, and then give yourself an end date, because if you give yourself an end date, your brain will find a way to make it happen. You have to set some kind of end date of, I'm going to be Ruby by the end of May or the end of June, or whatever month that is that you think is doable for you and in your life. But post a picture of, I'm going Ruby, I'm going diamond by this date. And be specific. Say, April 30th, 2016 at 9:59 p.m. Like, be very down to the point, like down to the wire, like specific on what, when that goal is going to expire. And if it doesn't happen then it's just set another one and say, okay, I'm going this one again. So do that and set it as your profile picture, and put it out there for all of your Facebook friends and family to see. It's scary because it makes it real and it holds you accountable. So I'm putting it out there. You can even take a picture, of your notebook and just say, I am going diamond, and just do this and take a picture of it, but put it out there and claim it to everyone and claim it to yourself too. But always talk about where you're going. I like that one. When you're posting, when I make posts, I try not to just be like so redundant. And a big thing they talked about in this Denise Walsh webinar is how when I first started, and Marva, we didn't have like all these awesome sample posts that we have leaders, you can just like copy and paste and put to your Facebook page, and it's got the cute emojis on there, and it's got, I'm looking for product testers for these products, and it gives, all of these awesome posts that are going out now that's being shared. As much as I think that was so awesome in the very beginning, maybe a couple months ago, now we're getting to the point where we've got to switch it up a little bit, because now it's getting to the point where every single distributor is sharing the same exact thing over and over and over again, and it's starting to look a little more spammy. And this is just my opinion, and this was what they talked about in Denise Walsh's webinar too, is now it's getting to be a little bit more, okay, because I have mutual friends that other distributors are mutual friends with. One girl in particular is one of my loyal customers, and she's also friends with one of my distributors. And I always think, oh my gosh, okay, so this distributor just posted that. I can't go post it now because she's going to see it, and it's just going to look weird that we're both posting the same exact script, same exact text on our Facebook page. So I try to steer away from that. I do post a couple of them that I like, but if I see a lot of distributors that I have on my Facebook page posting them, I'll wait a couple of days, and then I'll post them after that. That makes sense to everyone? So just
that's kind of what too.
What?
That's kind of what I've been doing too, because I don't want people to be like, oh geez, because I know there's quite a few people in my newsfeed that know more than one distributor, because they know quite a few people on my team. So yeah, I don't want people to be turned off by like, oh geez, another exact same, spammy ad.
Yeah, you do kind of seem a little bit spammy when you're using the same. And you guys all know what I'm talking about, right? The posts that are given on like Mamas on a Mission or Western Wrap Girls, where it's like, this is a great post. And it is. They're awesome. But I think what it's doing to a lot of distributors, it's stopping them from having to post things on their own and having to think of their own character and their own personality to post things. Like, it's just getting kind of easy to copy and paste something and post it and not have to think of something yourself, which is really the challenge. You really, like I said, you want your Facebook to be a blog post about you and your life. And it's so easy to just be that. I mean, and I've done it before. Like, if I'm in a quick rush and I need to post something, I will go there and I'll copy and paste it and throw it up there just to get something on my Facebook. So I'm like, oh crap, I didn't post today, or it's 12 o'clock and I haven't posted anything today. I think that's okay. I think that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But try to be personable. Post with one person in mind. I like that. I talked about that a lot, is find one person that you think would be amazing on your team and post to that one person. So if I was, if I wanted Delynn to join my team and I maybe knew that she was having a rough time financially and maybe they couldn't pay for gas, and she had just maybe within the last couple of weeks talked to me about, gosh, we're so tight on money and we can't even afford groceries and we're having to ask for help from my mom and it's really not so fun. Like, I would make a post to Delynn. I would say, I know that you're struggling. I know that you're having a hard time paying for gas and it's not easy, but I have a way that I can help you. And if you can't believe in it, then let me help you believe in it until you can. Something like that, where you're talking to that one person, and hopefully that one person sees that post, but speak and post to just one person. I know that you've talked about your weight, and I know that you've mentioned before how, you're not so happy with where you're at. I have something that's amazing. If you would just try it out, I promise you will love it. You've got to just try it. You're never going to know until you try. I tell people that all the time. You never know until you try. You can't judge something that you don't know that you don't know anything about. So post to someone particular in mind And that will help you be more personable too, because then talk to that person and post as if you were talking to them face to face. So just do that when you're posting, and it will help you be more personable, and it will help you not sound so redundant and so the same thing every single time. So post to one person in mind. And make them feel something. I've done that. I've tried to do that from the very beginning, is I try to make them feel something. People are going to be a lot more responsive if you make them feel something, like make them feel like they need to be a part of your team, make them feel like, oh my gosh, I need those greens, and make them feel something where they're just like, wow, like this, I need this. Like, I don't know what she's doing, but I feel like I need it too. Whether it's, sharing a story about, I love the leaders stories where we can share leaders, other leaders in the company that says, oh my gosh, check out her story. And while I think those are great, they're just kind of long, and I don't know if a lot of people will read those. But you could take a picture, a screenshot of a leader that you like. Like, I am obsessed with Ashley Hughes. So I love Ashley Hughes, and I love their story, and I share their story a lot. And I mean, you could take a screenshot of her picture on Facebook and just say, this is Ashley Hughes. I look up to her so much. This is her story. And if you just do it in your own words, it'll be so much better than having to copy and paste those huge, long, amazing stories that they post, themselves. I think those are awesome. But if you are coming from your own perspective and your own personality, I think you're going to be a little bit more, people are going to be able to be more responsive to you. Say, I love Ashley Hughes. They lost our little boy Milo when he was 5 months old. And because of it works, they were able to stay home and grieve and not have to go back to work for a whole month. They weren't able to they were able to still get paid even though they had just lost one of their children. Like, how amazing is that? Thomas Hughes was able to stay home with Milo for 5 months straight. When he never had to go to work, he never had to leave him, and what a blessing that was. And so I talk about that in my own words, in my own little blurb of a message or of a post, instead of having to post a really, really long story that they originally post, because I'm not really sure who all really will read that whole thing. But if it's just this is someone that I look up to in the company. I haven't met her yet. I would love to say, but I follow her, and this is her story, and this is why I love her. So maybe talking about other leaders that you like, and saying in your own words why you love them, and why they mean something to you, why they resonate with you, what you've learned from them. I followed Cami Dempsey when I first started. I watched everything that she did, every video she posted. I would go on YouTube and just watch her party pads, and I'd pick up her what language she was saying. So, I could take a screenshot of Cami Dempsey. She's a black diamond, and I could say, this is Cami Dempsey. She's a black diamond in the company. She's a teacher. She's been with the company for 10 years, and I could share what I know about her and why I love her and why I think that she's a great leader to follow, and say, I love following her. She's inspirational. She's amazing. She's loving, and she's kind, and she's made this business work in the last 10 years. She's never given up. And that's going to be me too. I'm not going to give up, So kind of post your own take on leaders that you look up to and love, instead of just resharing the same things over and over again. Because people, again, they're going to see that a lot on Facebook, and it's going to be kind of spammy. So just be aware of that's how I kind of try to be more personable. I do a lot of Facebook messages. So I love the live videos. If you guys have not done a Facebook live video, I challenge you all to do a Facebook live video in the next week. In the next 7 days, my challenge is to do a Facebook live video. They're scary at first, but they're actually kind of fun when you actually are seeing who pops on. Like, you get to see who pops on, and you'll be surprised, because people are going to pop on. They'll say, hey, so-and-so is watching live, and this is maybe someone that you've messaged that have never messaged back to you, or maybe this is someone that you didn't even know was seeing your posts, but now all of a sudden they're popping on one of your Facebook live videos, and you're just like, oh, okay, all right. Because they don't know, I don't think they can really understand how that you can see them jumping on when they're jumping on. So say I've been trying to get a hold of Marva forever to try a wrap, and she's never messaged me back, and she's never responded, but I do a Facebook live video, and she jumps on to watch because she's curious, obviously, and she just doesn't want to tell me that she wants to try one. She jumps on, and I can say, it'll say, hey, Marva is watching live, and I'm like, okay, all right, I got you, all right, Marva. So then I can then say, then I know where she's at, and I can say, hey, Marva, I saw that you on my Facebook live video a couple weeks ago. Do you have any questions about this wrap? And you can kind of see who is jumping on to watch you. So my challenge would be to do a Facebook live video do a Facebook Live video about your favorite product. You could do a product of the day post. It doesn't have to be very long, but do like greens, ThermoFit, wraps. Just do a product of the day. You could do that. You could talk about becoming a loyal customer and saying, I would love to have you be my loyal customer. I'm looking for loyal customers. I'm looking for, 4 people, because you are looking for 4 people every month to be a loyal customer. So you could say, I'm looking for 4 people to be loyal customers this month for me, or 4 product testers. They want to try one product for 3 months in a row. And this is what you can get. And you could talk about the loyal customer program if you're aiming towards loyal customers. You could do a live video about distributors and talking about steps to success. I've done that one before. With the Ruby bonus going out, I say, look, this is how simple it is to get the $500 Ruby bonus. There are 3 steps. I will show you how to do them. I will walk you through them. I'll help you with every single step of the way. So, but do a Facebook Live video and just be on there and say, hey guys, I'm doing a Facebook Live video. Never done one before. This is super crazy, out of my comfort zone, but I would love just to share with you guys my favorite product that I'm like so obsessed with it right now. And talk about your favorite product. So I would challenge you guys to do a Facebook Live video, because I really feel like it's changing the way that we're connecting with people, because you're actually able to get on live and connect with them, and people can it's so easy because people are on Facebook every day, all the time. So all they have to do is it'll give you, if they're your friends, it'll send them a notification. Hey, Rachel's on live video right now. Do you want to jump on? And they just click on it and there I am. So super simple for them to use. So I know that I've done that, and Marva's been doing them in our Diamond Driven page. So you can do them in team pages. Like it's a fun way to connect. People want to see you guys. They want to see you. They want to know you. They want to find out what you're doing. They're curious. They want to know, what the crap is this girl doing? Why is she so happy? Why is she so, jolly all the time? Why is she posting all this happy stuff? Why is she has all of these friends? Like, what is going on? They're curious. They're not always going to say that. They're always going to come out and tell you. So I use Facebook Live a lot. I like that one. And I also do Facebook messages. When you're messaging somebody, use the voice message when you're responding to a message. That is huge, you guys. I just feel like I just want more than anything people to know who I am. When I'm connecting with someone, if I'm asking them to be a loyal customer, or if I'm talking to them about being a distributor, I want them to hear my voice. I want them to hear my excitement. I want them to hear my passion. I want them to know that I'm not just trying to sign them into this crazy business that they're going to maybe do good at. Like, I want them to know that I believe in you right off the bat. I want you to be successful. I'm here to help you. It doesn't matter where you are. I will help you no matter what. But Facebook voice messages, using the voice memo has been huge, because I feel like people respond to that as well, because you can see they've listened to it, and they usually will reply back to you, and I'll let them know, hey, I'm using the voice message, feature right now, but you don't have to respond back to me. You can text back, but I just like you to hear my voice. I like you to know how excited I am, and I feel like this is the best way to do it. So you can let them know they don't have to respond to you back that way, but that you are choosing to use that feature because you feel like you want them to know who you are. You want them to know how excited you are, that they're interested in the wraps or the greens or whatever they're interested in. And let me know if I can help answer any of your questions. I would love to help you, because when people can hear your voice, it just changes everything. So use voice messages a lot. Margaret, do you have anything else you want to add on that, on voice messaging or videos?
No, just do them. I think I agree with the voice messaging though. I've been doing that a lot with people. It not only is it faster than trying to type out what you're saying, but yeah, you're and they can hear what you're saying a lot. Like, they can actually listen. If they're not in a place that they can read what your responses, they can listen to it. Mm-hmm. But I think for me anyway, I like people to be able to hear the excitement in my voice. Like, I want it to come across like I need for it to come across. Like, I don't want people to feel like I'm annoyed if I'm not annoyed, or I want people to know that I'm excited if it doesn't sound like I'm excited when I'm typing, That's why I love emojis, just because I think it creates that you can communicate kind of how you're feeling or what your thoughts are. But yeah, I think it's important that you use them just for those reasons, just because I'm all about connecting with people, and I feel like there's no better way than letting them see and hear you. It just goes back to the basics, of just the ability we have to connect with people on a different level than texting and typing. So step out your side of your comfort zone, even if you have to do a pita pizza demo first.
Like Barbara did.
Like I did, because I hate doing the live video stuff too, just because I don't know. I don't know. It's uncomfortable for me. I'm not familiar with it, so it's uncomfortable for me. So it's scary to kind of go out there. So I had to start with something that's kind of not real meaningful to me, like not something that's, like I don't really care if people have something negative to say about me making a pizza,
Yeah.
but when it comes to my business, then that's something that's close to my heart. And so it's a little harder to bounce back from if they have something negative to say, which luckily I haven't really had to experience that much, but I also think it's all in the way you approach it. But yeah, I think start small and then build up. If you can only start with a small video of something that's easier for you to talk about, like maybe do like something that's not It Works related first, and then like within that same day, maybe later on in the day, try to do something about It Works, like Rachel said, like a product or a business, like something part of the business or something to kind of step you out of that comfort zone that you're in. It's the baby step process.
Baby steps. Yeah, maybe not even if you are nervous about doing a Facebook Live, just do a Facebook Live video saying you're doing a Facebook Live video. Say, hey guys, Lynn, I'm doing a Facebook Live video because it's a cool feature and I wanted to try it out. What are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing? What are you up to? Maybe just talk to people just to get yourself comfortable with it. And then, once you get comfortable and get your feet a little bit wet, then you can jump in maybe the next day and you can say on your Facebook Live, hey, it's Rachel, never done this before. I'm super uncomfortable or I'm super nervous to do this. It's so crazy. Like I get to talk to you guys like live, but I just wanted to say hi and use this feature and see what you guys are up to and maybe even like just drop a line and say, hey, tomorrow I may use Facebook Live to go over my favorite product. So don't miss that or something like that,
Yeah. Use it as a precursor.
Yeah, and just let them know, hey, I'm going to be getting on tomorrow if you guys want to check it out. I feel like I like Facebook Live better than I like the Periscope because I love Periscope. So it was kind of out there first. But I would have to refer people back, hey, find me on Facebook or find me on Instagram. And I'd have to verbalize what my usernames were. And it was kind of hard at first. But this one, like, you're friends with all these people on Facebook. Like, they're already your friends. You're already connected to them. They're already getting that notification.
You don't have to make them go download the Periscope app if they're not even on Periscope yet.
Download Periscope. They don't have to figure it out. Like all they have to do, literally, my 80-year-old auntie in Illinois just has to click on the link that says Rachel is live, and she says okay, and she clicks on it, and it brings her right to me. So it's super, super simple for anyone to jump on and watch.
Facebook is freaking ingenious. They're like so smart. I love Facebook. It really, truly is my favorite media source to use by far. Like, and maybe it's because I've been using it the longest and I'm the most familiar with it, but I feel like before long, they always catch up to whatever else is going on around it. So it's like, just hang tight and Facebook will find something that's similar to a different app or a different feature, social media feature. So
and almost make it better.
I love Facebook. It is for sure my number one avenue I like to use to build a business with.
Yeah, I agree.
Or they just buy the other company like Instagram.
Yeah, or they just buy it. Yeah, Catherine. Yeah, they do that too. They'll just buy it. Yeah. Okay, so I want to go over, I'm just going to show you guys some sample posts that I've done. So you guys can kind of get an idea of how I post and why and what I say. So again, keep these things in mind. Make them feel something. You want to make them feel something. You want to speak to just one person individually. So when you're posting, maybe post to just one person. You want to add value to them. You want to add value to their life. So posting motivational thoughts or posting, adding value also means going to their pages and commenting and liking on their stuff. So when you add value to people, you're adding value to them personally as well. Yes, I love this picture. You are so adorable. I love your kids. It also is adding value to them in their life. So add value, post to someone specific, make them feel something. Don't always go to the duplicatable copy and paste posts that you guys see a lot. Maybe once or twice a week use those, but don't rely on those to be your post all the time. Find something unique, find something that's original that comes from you, and just post about where you're going, where you're learning, like what you're doing. So I'm going to screen share this. Let me know if you guys can't see it again, but I'm going to try to screen share it. Okay, can you guys see this one right here?
Yep.
Okay, So this is one of my favorites. I actually got this from an idea on one of the pages. So it just says, because I want to show them that dreams can come true. And I just have a picture of my girls. And I just kind of posted about what I've learned. Like my whole life, it was, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do that. So I was raised to rely on the things that I said, I can't do this, I can't do this. So I just kind of posted my entire can't do attitude has completely changed since joining It Works, which has made an impact on what beliefs I put into my girls' minds. So I'm teaching them that they can do anything, and that the word I can't is not allowed in our house, that you don't say I can't, you say I can. And it has just been a night and day difference with my girls when I say, you can do this. I know you can do this. And when they do it, they get so excited. And they're like, oh my gosh, Mommy, I did it. And it's so fun to celebrate that with them. So that's a post that I did. And that's just me talking about what I've learned and how I've grown in the company. I like doing these ones. I try to do a motivational post every day in the morning. So every morning I try to post something something motivational, and I just go to Pinterest. And you guys, there's like so many amazing post ideas on Pinterest for these. If you just search motivational quotes on Pinterest, you'll get 1 million of them. So save them to your phone and use them every day. Just post them as motivational every day. But, I'm amazing. I can do anything. I deserve success. I will celebrate often, and positivity is a choice. And these are also things that I need help with. I'm not amazing at this. I'm not a professional at any means. But it's something for me to do. And then I'm just posting, gosh, this was like last fall. This is 2015. I'm still making this. This looks so good. Just giving some people some information on. I've even had a couple people message me and say, hey, what's that? Do I have to use the ProFit? Do I have to use the ProFit protein shake to get that recipe you posted? I'm like, no, you can use any protein shake. But I've had people message me about these a lot when I post the ingredient. So, this is when I think, oh my gosh, I posted the same picture like last year. But I just like to post things that are inspiring. These are all from last year, I think. So there are a lot of before and after pictures that I try to stay away from now. I try not to post a ton of before and after pictures, but yeah, I just try to post something that makes people think, that they're going to make them feel something. So I love this one because it says, it's pointless to work for the life you don't have time to live. And I like that one a lot because that's going to make them feel like, holy crap, I'm working so hard and I don't even have time to live it. I don't even have time to do anything, So I like making people feel something. I post when you get your $99 fast start bonus, post about that. There was one that I just posted about, see if I can find it, about my girls. So I do a lot of my girls because they're my big reason. They're my why. They're a reason why I do this a lot. Mobile uploads. And so there was one day that they dressed up. Whenever they want to play dress up, they always dress up in my work clothes. So I want to see if I can find that one really fast. So
that was so cute. I remember that picture.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cute one.
Okay. Let me see. Sorry, I have to look through all my pictures, but it was just recent. I was just on it and I'm not going to be able to find it. But they go in my closet and they'll do these little poses like this. They'll go in my closet and they'll find my It Works shirt. And they'll dress up and I'll take little Photoshop and we'll do little modeling
Photo
pictures.
shoots.
Yeah, little photo shoots. I will add some Instagram photos, that's why. I'll try one more time. So this is what I just did on the greens. I don't even wear makeup most days, you guys. This is my normal day, is no makeup. This is what I did today. I said, man, I'm loving how I feel when I drink my greens. This is amazing. And that's something just super simple. I just stopped posting all the details. I just said, this is how I love how I feel. This is feeling so awesome. It's just something simple that makes them think, okay, well, what is she drinking and why is she feeling so amazing? Okay, come on, girls, where are you? I take a lot of selfies, apparently. I can see that now. Whole lot of selfies. Okay, Rachel takes a lot of selfies. Note to self.
That's what we all do, though. It's just
I
the way
know.
it is.
There's one that Emma was wearing my crazy, like this is them dressing up. They go in my closet and they find, my at work stuff and they go and do poses. And I just get to post something about how amazing they are. I'm like, they're my why. They're why I'm doing what I'm doing. And, you know, if I can do it, then they can do it. And so there's one going super duper cute. Okay, this is the one. Okay, can you guys see that one? This is one that I want to like frame and like hang up in my office. Because it's just, it's like, I don't know, they're wearing what I'm doing. Like that's my life right there. You know, my two girls, my husband, it works. Like that's my life right there. So I love that one because my girls, I think it's so cute that when they want to play dress up, they want to go and find my It Works clothes because that's usually what I wear most of the time. Okay, how do I set my screen sharing now? Okay. Can you guys still see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know how to get back to you guys.
Just cancel your screen share up at the top.
I know what my thing is gone. My little
Just put your mouse across the top and it should come back.
Oh, there you are. Yep, you're right. Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh, hi, Allison.
Hi.
So that's really all I have for Facebook posting. You guys can do also Buffer. I know that LaDawn asked about Buffer. So, or like the Hootsuite, the people, like when you're looking to schedule your posts, so you can schedule your posts. I love this feature. Again, I don't do it every day, but there are days that at least I can try to schedule like once or twice throughout the week if I need to. But it's called Buffer. It's called Buffer. Buffer is the app.
Can everyone see those posts from Buffer?
What's that?
Because somebody was telling me that not everybody can see the Buffer posts.
Yeah.
Because I work at night, and so it's really hard for me to post during the day. Like some days I'll go crazy and I'll just keep posting, and then I'm really tired at work. So it's like I would live on Buffer if I could.
Feel like.
Why can't people? I didn't know that. So there's people who
I don't
can't
know. Somebody had just. I
post?
don't even
Yeah.
remember.
I heard that Buffer does not. You don't get Facebook. Obviously, it's not a Facebook app, so Facebook is not going to put it out there and show it in people's timeline because it's you're scheduled for another app to use Facebook. Like Facebook wants you to use Facebook, obviously, right? So
Well, you can go in and like or comment on your own Buffer post, and it'll pop you up.
it'll pop you up. Yeah. So if you are posting on Buffer, go and like or comment on your post that you make, and it'll pop it up in people's news feeds more. But Buffer, when you use the scheduling app, that's my only hesitation with it, is I don't know if it's even being seen, because sometimes I get likes on it and sometimes I don't get anything.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, no one saw this post, but it could be because Facebook didn't even put it in people's news feeds that day.
I did not know that.
I
Mind
never
blown.
heard that either.
New information.
Yeah. So that's why you guys don't see me use Buffer a whole bunch. But if you are
Most of the
working
time.
like Dory and you have a crazy schedule, then, post on Buffer. At least it's doing something. At least people, because it's still showing up on your personal timeline. So if Dory's using Buffer, it may not pop up in my news feed, but I could go to Dory's Facebook page and it would still be there. It's still going to show there. So it's still you're still posting. You're still getting your face out there on Facebook, but you're not just not doing it.
You're just not showing up in people's news.
Yeah, it may not show up in everyone's newsfeed. So yeah, go, like Allison said, go comment or post on it, and it might pop it up in people's news feeds.
Has that changed recently by any chance? Because I get responses from Buffer posts.
I do too.
I don't have any issue with it at all.
I sometimes do. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So it's, some days I'll get nothing, like no likes or comments.
I thought it was just the people.
But I feel like also because of, the team that we have more distributors that are following us that who will like those comments and comment on stuff. So it'll post it up in people's newsfeed because we have other distributors that are liking and commenting on it. Because most of my likes and comments some of them are from distributors when they're other promo posts and stuff like that. So
I scheduled a couple of posts one day and it only posted one of them. So I've been really hesitant to use it.
mine will post.
Mine posts. Yeah.
So it's just,
Do you have a settings on yours? Have you set it to where you might have to be in your settings on Facebook that doesn't allow an external app to post to your feed?
Mm-hmm.
Because I get responses fine with Buffer.
Yeah. Mine's kind of back and forth. It's not consistent enough for me to like absolutely love it. But again, if that's all you guys can do, then do it, please. Because at least you're still posting on Facebook. And people can still see it on your timeline if they were to go look at your page on Facebook. So that was a question that LaDawn had about scheduling posts. And I think she had one again. Delinda, that answer your question too about kind of being personable and not sounding so, because I know that you and LaDawn had questions about not sounding so like redundant all the time.
Yes, I really like what you're doing. And see, that's been my challenge is that I, like when I just started posting, I felt like what I was posting didn't feel like me and my personality. So I'm kind of learning how to tailor it more towards me. Like I actually went through your posts a few days ago because I really like your style and you all have great posts. I just think somehow I need to make it work for me. And so it doesn't feel like a sales pitch because I don't know. Yeah, I agree with what you were saying.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Well, and I think sometimes you can take the base of what somebody's post was, like a leader that you like to follow. You can take the base of their post, but then tweak it to where it sounds more like you, to where you add your personality to that base, to where it does sound like you, you know? So I think that's something that's good to remember to do too.
Right. Because I don't want people to...
Anything... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't want people to feel, to seem like I'm changing who I am since I've joined It Works, because that's not my purpose.
Right.
So.
Yep.
But allow them to see you grow. Don't be so hesitant that you don't let them see you grow, because if you're growing, they're going to want to. People naturally gravitate to people who are growing.
That's true.
So you want to make sure that you show how you're better. I remember when Rachel first started, me and Marva used to go, how does she come up with these great posts? We're so
she was just a natural.
We're so join my team-ish, and she naturally had the ability to just say these fun things that we actually really liked reading her posts and thought, why didn't I come up with that? But what it came down to is finding our own style. But don't quit because you don't have your own style, even if you feel like what you're regurgitating off of somebody else's post. I agree with Marva. Take somebody's post and tweak it to you. Or, I wish I had recorded that training about using your words, how you use your words to fit you. But
I
don't
agree
be
with
afraid of
Allison
it.
too. Like I agree with Allison. Deland, there's nothing wrong. You don't have to change who you are, but this business is going to change the way you approach things and do things. Like you're going to grow as a person. It's just going to happen. You can't stay the core of who you are, it needs to stay the same. But people need to see that you are progressing as a person too. Like you're growing into this leader that you weren't before, and you had no reason to be before.
That's the magnet. They want to follow a leader. People naturally do.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think part of that is going to be the confidence that my posts exude. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like it is. It's kind of a learning process to kind of feel where, how you fit into it all. And, I've been at this 9 months, but I feel like I'm just constantly learning. So,
these are great tips. A ton in 9 months though, Deland. Like if you look back to your posts before you started doing It Works and then look at them now, I'm sure you could probably see your growth.
I didn't do posts before It Works.
So there you go. So they have nothing to compare it to.
Well, there you go.
You're starting
okay, it was rarely. Because I was worried about what people thought, and now I'm like, to heck with that.
Yeah. Yep. Just be who you are and share what you love. And,
do you know how many people want to be able to say to heck with that just like you can?
Yep.
There are so many people that say, I worry about what people think. And they're very, what we would probably say, yellow. And they just wish, and they'll say to you, I wish I could be like you. I could never be like you. And you're like, ah! because they can, because you've done it. But they're going to be gravitated to that because you've done what they thought they couldn't do.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
So
I think there's good tips.
good. Okay. Well, I'm glad that helped you guys. I think try not to I know when I first started too, I posted a lot of work stuff like one after another in the same hour. I would post like a greens post and then a wrap post and then something else, and I would post like bam, 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 and then I'd be done for the day. Just remember that you want to kind of space out your posting so people at different days and different times are going to see it. If you post 3 posts at 9 o'clock in the morning, you may not hit it because they're, there are people that are going to get on at 5 o'clock getting home from work that are going to need to see posts too. So, try to spread them out, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 9 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock, then 5 o'clock. Try to hit the morning mommies or the home time, the people that are home in the morning, and then try to gear your post towards people that are coming home from work. And again, be yourself. I love that too. Be yourself, be personable. Don't change who you are, but just post and say, I know that I worked my whole life. And so when I joined this company, I was used to working full time, and I would drive an hour back and forth to my commute when I used to work before I became a stay-at-home mom. And so my posts at 5 or 6 o'clock would be like, I'm so glad that I don't have to be stuck in traffic right now. And I would take a picture of me being outside with the girls playing, or when I do drive in traffic, I'm really, really so thankful that I don't have to make this drive every day. And that would make people think, well, I don't want to be in this drive every day either, So just those are the posts that I would do, and I would just think I try to be personable. Like when I first started, I would post things that I would want to see, or that would be like, man, I'm going to post this. So just put some thought into it. Put thought into your posts. Don't just post whatever picture you find off of Google. Don't Google posts and go post them up. Like find a picture that legit is going to speak to someone and help someone. I still do posts of before and after pictures of the bellies. I don't do as many as I used to when I first started, but I still feel like that's my flagship product. That's something that I still am obsessed with and that I love and that I still want to post. So I don't post a lot of before and after pictures of the belly or the thighs as much as I used to. But I still will post them. Like I posted one yesterday about just getting healthy. Like get healthy, check out the products you use. Message me if you haven't. But I just kind of try to keep it simple. But I feel like just being you and being personable and not posting, spammy stuff. Just be who you are. Go on live and talk about, hey, I'm doing this crazy rap thing now, you guys. Have you ever tried one? Message me. We should get one on you. And then that's all it has to be on your Facebook Live. But I feel like I had something else to say and I lost my train of thought.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
FYI, this is information. Facebook generally, people, Monday and Tuesdays are Facebook's slowest day. People go from the weekend and then they don't jump on as actively on Monday and Tuesday as far as statistics go. But then on Wednesday, you'll see Facebook sees a big surge in people coming back after the weekend. So if you don't see a lot of activity on Monday and Tuesday on your post, don't panic. Wednesday, make sure you're active on Wednesdays. That's really important.
Yeah, Wednesdays are the hump days too. Middle of the days, everyone's on those days.
Yeah, and people are like, I just want to, they already by Wednesday, they want to kind of escape and get on Facebook.
I mean, you can appeal to a lot of people being at work. I mean, if you've ever had a 9-to-5 job before, all you really want to do is find one thing in common with somebody. One thing. That's all you need to have a connection. So I worked at the hospital. I worked with cancer patients. I worked at a financial institution. I've worked 9-to-5 my whole life. So I have connections. I have something in common with a lot of my Facebook people, my Facebook friends. So all I have to say is, gosh, I know what that was like. I remember having to drive an hour back and forth. I would leave at 6 o'clock in the morning and drive and get there at 7, and then I'd leave at 5:30 and not get home until 6:30 every night when I was working, and Emma was being in daycare the whole time. And it was awful. I hated it because, 4 days a week I was having to do this, and I was having to work all day, and I would just get home so exhausted. So find one thing in common with these people that you're trying to connect with. and make a connection that way. Gosh, I remember that. I know what that was like. When I was at the grocery store, I used to work at a grocery store. So I used to be a checker. So I know what that's like to be on your feet all day, having angry customers, talk about prices, having to, remember produce codes. Like, I remember that. So find one thing in common with someone and make that be your connection, on Facebook, when you're looking at their Facebook profile, when you're commenting on their pictures. Find something in common. If they like the same band and they're posting about the same band that you like, if they're posting about, the same restaurant that you like, you have something in common. Now make a connection. Now go make that connection and start posting and liking on their stuff, and make that connection, and start building that relationship. So, but as long as you're adding value, you're helping people, you're posting something positive, and we say this a lot, don't post a negative on Facebook. You guys have all heard that. Just be positive. I know that Facebook is a little snippet of our lives. We all know that. It's not real life. I have bad days where I just want to throw my kids out the window sometimes, but I don't.
And call them tears.
I don't post about it. And, we have bad days where you have your kids drive you crazy, or you're feeling overwhelmed, or you have a death in the family, or something bad happens. We don't have to put it on Facebook. That's kind of my thing too. Like, I don't really feel like I've got to put all of this blah on Facebook. If I'm, I'm pregnant, I'm not feeling good most days, I hurt, but I don't have to I try to put a positive spin on my pregnancy. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, Marv was like, oh my gosh, you were so great at conference and you were so happy all the time. And I'm just like, I'm trying really hard, but I have bad days where I just don't want to do anything. But don't put that on Facebook. I mean, it's a snippet, and you want people to have that snippet be a positive little snippet of your life. You want them to look and see what you're doing and want to be a part of what you're doing and be involved in what you're doing. And if you're posting like, oh my gosh, I'm so pregnant and I hate my life and all I want to eat is cookies and I just want to cry all day. Like, no one's going to
leave out that. Girl, just leave out that I hate my life part, and everybody will love that post, because you're going to get a lot of likes on that, because people are like, girl, I hear you. And, I think that's a great post, to be honest with you. I mean, like how many ladies can raise their hand to that, and you'd have those little hand-raising emoji all over the place.
I need a cookie for everyone who can relate.
Girl, you go post that, and I'm telling you, I promise I'll like it, and I'll tell my friends to like it.
I could do that because I could put a positive spin on it. But I mean, if you use the tone of, oh my gosh, woe is me, I'm the victim, I'm so miserable, you know what I mean? People are going to pick up on that. Try to just stay positive when you're posting. Post 3 times a day. Post consistently. I've never stopped posting on Facebook, never, not once. And that's just something that I've always preached to my team, is always post on Facebook. And if you have to think about it the night before, then think about it the night before. You don't even have to use the app Buffer. But you can find pictures. I have in my phone, I have a folder called Facebook Post Ideas. And every time I have an idea for a Facebook post, I put it in that folder. And so you can, the night before, plan out what you want to post, Do
it in Evernote. I'm just saying. If you're not going to do it on Buffer, you can actually post to Facebook from Evernote, too.
There's so many. You guys can, I have my notebook that I just write things down on. So my list for the next day is, this is what I'm going to post about. So whatever you have to do, I have my 6 list where the night before, I'll write down the 6 things that I want to do the next day. And if it's a Facebook post, I'll say post 3 times on Facebook, and I'll put what I want to post about. And for me, writing it down it makes it more memorable for me. I can retain that information. So I'll post, and it's just like a little reminder, like a greens post and a selfie post and a girls post. And I have the picture in my Facebook post idea folders, and I'll just use that. So just plan out what you're going to post about. If you're having a hard time, if you're struggling what to post about, schedule it out the night a couple days before. Get a folder on your phone of just some Facebook post ideas, of pictures that you liked or stories that you wanted to share with people. But just all I can really say is to be you and be yourself. Don't change who you are just because you joined the crazy rap business. You still want to be you, and you're going to find out your own spin and your own wording. And so we always tell you copy our posts until you get comfortable, but don't rely on that. Like, I'm happy for you to copy my posts and have you help you out that way when you first get started, but don't become lazy and just always rely on copy and pasting leaders' posts just to get the post out. You've got to be original. You've got to be you. People are going to be attracted to what you're doing not anyone else. And if you're just copying posts all the time, you're going to come off kind of spammy and not unique, not yourself.
Can I say something on that?
Yeah.
You can do, I've done this with a few people, and actually Marva's brother-in-law, he used to write papers for college, and then on Sunday night I would go to their house for dinner, and then he would have me basically rewrite his ideas, you know? So my point is, if you have a post idea, run it by one of the leadership, and we will help you make it like what Rachel's saying, plan ahead. If you plan a post ahead and say, this is what I want to say, we can help you word it to make it good, you know, to make it something that is who you are and what you want to say, you know, go for help. Ask people to help you to do this post. I want to post something about this. What do you think? How should I word that? Whatever. Let somebody help you, and then ask for, if somebody sees your post and say, okay, go this direction a little bit, don't be afraid to go back and edit a post, because not everybody sees that post the second it goes up anyways.
Mm-hmm. I've done that a lot.
I do too.
I do too. I do it all the time because I typo stuff, or you know, grammar's important to me.
Does anyone have any? Go ahead, Dylan.
I have a question. I was just gonna say, Angela, we had talked in a group. Anyways, we had talked about posting something about commissions, or how, you know, the commissions have helped us and changed, you know, our situation. So when you're talking about when it comes to money, it can be kind of awkward for me. So how do you make posts without sounding braggy? Because I don't know, that's hard for me.
Yeah.
I would say, you know, it's kind of awkward for me to share this, but I would say it like that. Whatever you're feeling, right. Say what you feel. It feels awkward to me to share this with everybody, but I find I feel this way because of the commissions. It's amazing when I looked at the commission how I felt, and you know, let them know that that's how you are still. It's okay. You're not being braggy, that you're not really comfortable putting it out there, but you're doing it because somebody needs to know it, right?
Right. Well,
it's okay for you to say that.
I would never want anyone to know how much I make. It's just that I want them to realize that they can make money too, you know?
Yeah.
Say that. Say exactly. You can say that. You can
I don't think you have to post the dollar amount you're making.
No, I would never.
We're not. It's against compliance. We can't.
Yeah. No, I would never do that. That would be really awkward.
So when I got to Diamond and I posted my Diamond commissions, because Matt and I had this conversation. Matt's doing again, he's providing for me to stay home. So money, it's nice to have that extra money. We need that money right now for debt for sure. But he's I don't go around posting what I make on Facebook. And he's and you're posting you know, what your commission is. And I wasn't actually posting the amount, but I feel it's just different in network marketing because everyone believes in the 9-to-5 job. They believe in that style. They know that's what works. So for this, when I posted when I made Diamond, I just made it a visual for them to say. I cannot believe that, just like what Angie was saying in her post, I can't believe I just made the same amount of money that I was working full time at this busy cancer institute that I was away from my kids all day at, just by you know, spending a couple hours a week doing this business.
I
trying to make a comparison for them. I can't believe I just made the same amount of money that I would have made working full time with this company. And maybe put it in, because that's something they can kind of put 2 and 2 together, you know? You say, oh my gosh, I know so many people who make this same amount of money, but they work 9 to 5 and they're away from their family all day. I can't believe that I was so blessed that I get to spend with my family and I still get to make that same amount of money. You know, maybe make it a comparison where they can understand that you're not I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just unbelief that I can do this from home 4 hours a day, 6 hours a day, whatever it is, and spend time with my kids, take my kids with me. We get to do this together. And I still can make this amount of income that's changing our families' lives. It's helping us get out of debt. It's, you know, and talk about what that money is doing for you and how it's helping you. And maybe talk about that instead of, so I'm not trying to brag. I'm just, you guys, this money is real. I'm going to pay off a credit card with this paycheck. I'm going to, you know, talk about what you're doing with the paycheck, and don't ever say obviously what you're making, but give them an idea. You know, Marva paid for her whole Disneyland or Disney World trip with her commission. Right. So you can have them follow you that way and say, well, gosh, that could be a good amount of money. They can only imagine how much that could be, but to say, I can't believe that I get to be doing this from home with my kids, and I get to make the same amount of money that I would be making if I was working full time. You know?
Yeah, I think people will feel your heart when you're posting. If you're posting from your heart and not doing like a generic what you've seen somebody else do post. Like if you are coming from your heart, Dylan, like what it really does mean to you, I think people will feel that. And I don't think, you know, there again though, no matter what you say, good, you know, you can not talk about what you're making and have people say, well, she's probably not making any money. Like you can get judgments either way. You can get judgments about people thinking you're not making any money, or you can get judgments of people saying you're bragging about the money you're making. So with the, you really can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So if you have that in your mindset when you're posting, like I'm posting this for those who need to hear this. Right. And I don't really care about what the negative people have to think or say, because they're going to find something regardless of what you're saying.
Regardless, they don't increase your paycheck. Those people don't. So
there's just those people. And I think, you know, your heart, you know, you're not trying to come at it from a, like, my shiz don't stink, my business the best, you guys suck, your jobs suck, mine's the best. Like, as long as you're not trying to say it like that, then I don't think that you're going to offend people, really, like for the majority. But I do think it's just a matter of, like Rachel said, it's just giving them painting a picture for them to see of what it's doing for your family and for you. Maybe like where you were before without maybe you're not comfortable giving too many details where your life was before, but you can give them a snippet of why you're so excited about the amount of money you're making, like why it's so life-changing for you, you know? Yeah. Like Rachel was saying, make them feel something from what you're saying, and then move on. Like, you know, continue on with another, like a personal post that has nothing to do with the business, and so that they're seeing other things come through and not just that. But I get the braggy apprehension. I think we've all been there before, where we've kind of worried about coming across braggy. And like you look at some of the leaders who talk about how they're giving back and what they're doing, and you're like, that defeats the whole don't know what let the left hand know what the right hand's doing kind of thing, you know. But I just think people need to know that there's the possibilities of what you could do with this company if you put your heart into it. So I don't know. I think a good post for, like, just for you, Dylan, for instance, for now. And two, the thing that I have found that makes me feel better when I post is if I talk about my paycheck being a byproduct of what it's doing for my team. Because that's truly how I feel. Like, I am more excited about my team's promotions and the money they're bringing in than my own. Like, it's just like your kids. I agree. You know, like, you're more excited about your kids' successes than you are yours. You know, it's the same type of thing with your team. And so if that makes you feel better, you can just say, like, I am so excited about the success my team had this month, and my commission check reflected it. And I am so grateful, you know.
And people are going to like that for you
something
as a leader.
Like that.
They're going to go, wow, she really loves her people. I want to join her team, instead of the team of that distributor that says, join my team and I'll make you a millionaire. And it's all about you. When they see that you're about other people, they know that you have a spot for them.
Yeah.
Can I just say how grateful I am that we're part of a company that focuses so much on being selfless and focusing on other people? Because that's just like Marva said, that's the meat of this business. Is we don't go up unless our team goes up, and we don't want to go up without our team. So I mean, the company focuses on helping your team, and not just helping them, you know, like getting them signed up, but like helping them, like being a mentor, that like you're signing up to be a mentor, like you're mentoring them, you're helping them, you're being you're being an ear to listen to. I know a lot of my team members will just vent, say, gosh, Rachel, I just had a really hard day. Can I just talk to you about it? So not only am I their leader, but I'm also their friend. And I also get to be a person that they can talk to, that's going to just listen and hear them out. And I think that's part of the paycheck for me. You know, that's part of the blessing is, yeah, I get this paycheck every month, but look what it's doing for my team, like Marva said, and look who I'm able to meet that I never would have met without this company, you know, and I'm able to change their lives financially, and they've been able to tell me, Rachel, I was so broke and I was so out of options before I met you, and now I'm able to now I can see again. It's almost like they can see the light again. They have hope. They have excitement about their future again, where before they were just living life in a mediocre level. So I love being able to focus also on that we're not just making money and throwing it out there for everyone to see. We're giving back. We're focusing on our team, and we're helping our team get to promote just like we are.
Yeah, and that's probably why that idea was kind of hard for me, because that's what makes this business awesome for reals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I do it too, because it's rewarding to help others. Definitely.
And I think that should be your avenue then. I'm just going to stop the recording really fast.